Welcome learners. Today we will study about problem centered curriculum. This is the next week and the next unit of this course. And in this topic, we will study about the development of problem centered curriculum in historical perspectives. Along with this, we would also like to know what are the merits, what are the demerits of this kind of curriculum. So, we start learning. See, historical evolution of problem centered curriculum. The concept of a problem centered curriculum has evolved with time, influenced by philosophical, social, and educational movements. Early educational reformers started some of the discourses with an emphasis on education to focus on real world problems and prepare youth for life. This note explores the historical evolution of the problem centered curriculum, including key figures, movements, and developments. So, in the past days, the most of the way to deliver the curriculum was only through lecture method, and it was realized that these lecture method and a kind of verbal lecturing, verbal communication is not only enough for the youth. There should be certain kind of curriculum that can familiarize the youth with the real world problems and can develop a kind of skills that is essential for quality life. So, considering this, the educationists and philosophers all decided to change the orientation of curriculum, and in that form the problem centered curriculum came into existence. Early philosophical foundations that encouraged this problem centered curriculum: Socratic method, 5th century BCE. The Socratic method of questioning and dialogues laid early foundations for problem centered education. Socrates encouraged his students to engage in critical inquiry by questioning assumptions and searching for solutions to philosophical and ethical dilemmas. So, the Socratic method proposed that the student should think critically and they should try to put the questions to the teacher and to the leader of the group, and a kind of questioning assumptions and searching for solution to philosophical in ethical dilemmas. So, as and when the learning is encouraged with the help of questioning or with the help of other kind of techniques, so this kind of critical thinking encourages our youth to solve the problem or to find certain kind of solution that helps to solve the other kind of real life situations. So, it was the first Socratic method which was in 5th century BCE. Next was the realism of John Amos Comenius. Comenius is considered as a father of modern education, and it was in 17th century. So, Comenius is sometimes referred to as the father of modern education. His vision focused on practical education that connects knowledge to everyday life. So, the Comenius was the person who sometimes referred as a father of modern education. He focused that practical education is very essential, that connects knowledge to everyday life. So, his ideas reflected an early push towards meaningful problem oriented learning. So, this realism of Comenius gives origin of this kind of problem centered curriculum, because Comenius gives importance to practical education, and in practical education it was emphasized, in practical education it was emphasized that connects knowledge to everyday life. So, the real life situation a student can face and would be able to understand that what are the problems around him and how can we solve these problems. So, this is the early push towards meaningful problem oriented learning. Jean-Jacques Rousseau in 18th century, Rousseau's book Emile or on education advocated for experiential learning. He argued that education should primarily suit the very curiosity of a child and answer to the difficulties he is facing in his surroundings. So, Rousseau in 18th century was also a kind of founder of this kind of problem centered learning. He focused that very curiosity of the child, what he sees, what he perceives and what he observes in outer environment, he wants to know what it is. So this kind of curiosity of a child and answer to the difficulties that he is facing around the surroundings, it should be given in that form, that is problem centered orientation. And he advocated for experiential learning. Later on we gave the name experiential learning, and nowadays we are also saying that there should be experiential learning in elementary schools, in primary schools, where the students are studying at the age of this 3 to 10, and they are studying till class 8th. They are studying till class 8, starts from 3 to 11 or 12. So, this kind of learning, that is very essential and that is very a kind of helpful to horizon, the mental horizon of the student, is a kind of education that uh, originates problem centered curriculum. So, experiential learning is also being recommended by National Education Policy 2020, and it also states that this education should be, this kind of learning should be given to our kids, and this kind of learning is helpful to train the sense organs of the students that studying at primary level. So, Rousseau's ideas also considered and also focused this kind of problem oriented learnings. Progressive era and John Dewey. Later on, after Rousseau, it was in 1890s to 1930s. The late 19th and early 20th centuries marked a significant turning point in the evolution of problem centered curricula and largely influenced by the progressive education movement. The progressive education movement proposed the education plan in that form that students should be giving more priority for the experimentation. And John Dewey was the first who focused that whatever the student is doing, they will observe, they will find the kind of results and they can establish the truth. So, this John Dewey's pragmatism is also considered as one of the most important philosophy that gave rise to this problem oriented curriculum. He is considered the most significant figure to have influenced problem centered education. His philosophical approach of pragmatism emphasized learning by experiential practices, inquiry, and reflection. Dewey believed education must be tied to the needs and interest of the student in the society. So, what was the belief of the John Dewey? He believed that education should be according to needs and interest of the student in the society, because what the student is facing in the real life situation, such kind of projects he should be taken into consider to learn something new. So, he connected school with the society. His work at the University of Chicago Laboratory Schools exemplified how real world problems could energize learning across the disciplines. Experience and education, it was in 1938. Dewey argued for a curriculum that moved away from rote memorization and traditional subject centered curricula to incorporate meaningful problems into the learning process that encourage critical thinking and active participation. So, Dewey also uh, gave the emphasis that rote memorization is not the good kind of learning, but these traditional subject centered curriculum and this rote memorization should be reduced, and subject centered curricula to incorporate meaningful problems, so that learning process should encourage the critical thinking and the active participation, and the mental faculties be strong. So, it is very essential as per the philosophy of pragmatism that active participation of learner should be there in learning process instead of rote memorization. So, critical thinking, that what is good, what is not good, what should I do, why it is going to happen, such kind of questions should be uh, uh, originated by the student, and he should try to think that particular situation in a critical way. So, this active participation of learner is very essential. Mid 20th century developments, Progressive Education Association PEA. Under the influence of Dewey, the PEA, which evolved in the 1920s and 1930s, established problem solving as an essential aim of education. And this association pursued making education democratic by enabling it to acquire skills for involvement in the society. So, the Progressive Education Association that was evolved in 1920s and 30s established problem solving as an essential aim of education. They also focused on this kind of education that encourages the student to solve the problems. So, the problem solving method was also proposed by Progressive Education Association. This association pursued making education democratic, that is, it is not a kind of rote memorization, not a kind of rote memorization, but by enabling it to acquire skills for involvement in the society. So, the active participation of learner is very essential. Kilpatrick's project method in 1918. Another student of Dewey, William H. Kilpatrick, developed his master's idea through the project method. Kilpatrick's project method enables students to work on meaningful projects to solve problems while integrating knowledge from various disciplines. So, Kilpatrick's project was very kind of beneficial for the students, because it also emphasized the active participation of the students, and meaningful projects should be given to the students to integrating knowledge from various disciplines. So, the Kilpatrick's project also gives emphasis on the interdisciplinary approach in that sense. So, the term was not there that time, but the efforts were in the same line, that they tried to integrate knowledge from various disciplines. So Kilpatrick's project method was also fruitful and beneficial to the students in the sense that it emphasized active participation of the students and also integrates knowledge from knowledge with the different disciplines. Word wars and social reconstructionism. Reconstructionism, it was in 1940s to 1950s. During and after the World War, education became a tool for addressing societal challenges such as inequality, economic recovery, and global peace. Social reconstructionists like George Counts argued for a curriculum that addressed pressing social issues and empowered students to contribute to societal change. So, World War and social reconstructionism, that was in 1940s to 1950s, also a kind of um, war or a kind of revolution that brings, and that was during and after the world wars, and education become a powerful tool to address the societal challenges such as inequality and economic recovery and global peace. So there was no a kind of stability in the society. So it was proposed by reconstructionists that such kind of education and adopting education as a powerful tool to establish global peace is very essential, and inequality and economic recovery is also possible with the help of education, it was considered. Social reconstructionists like George argued for a curriculum that addressed pressing social issues and empowered students to contribute to societal change. And they proposed that students should be empowered and they should be familiarized with all kind of word problems, societal problems, and they are be able to bring a societal change. So the education was considered as a powerful tool, and empowering of the students was considered as a kind of device that by providing or by empowering students, the societal change can also bring. So this kind of word wars and societal reconstructionism also gave rise to a kind of problem-centered curriculum. Late 20th century problem-based learning. The 1960s and 1970s saw the emergence of problem-based learning as a formalized instructional method, particularly in higher education. MC Master University 1960s. The first documented use of PBL, problem-based learning, occurred at MC Master University in Canada, where medical education shifted to a problem-centered approach. And this approach was also proposed by this kind of MC Master University, where it was proposed that the problem-centered approach should be beneficial for the students, and this model required students to solve real-life medical cases collaboratively and fostering critical thinking and application of knowledge. So in this university, this medical education was also shifted to the problem-centered approach, and the objective was that this model required students to solve the real-life medical cases collaboratively, and that will encourages critical thinking and application of knowledge. Expansion of PBL across discipline. PBL means problem based learning. So PBL grew outside medical education into other fields like engineering, business and even K-12 education in the 1980s. So this model emphasized active learning, teamwork and problem solving. So this was the change in the scenario of education, that there should be active participation of the students in learning problem, in learning situation, so that he can understand that what kind of solution is needed here. So critical thinking was encouraged just to analyze the situation. What are the reason of that particular challenge? Why we are so worried there is no peace, and why there is poverty? So it was considered that critical thinking of the student should be encouraged, and students should be given a chance to know the real life problems that exist in outer environment. So connecting society and this school, that was also a kind of train that time. And active learning of the student, active participation of students along with the teamwork. Teamwork means that all will work in a group. So teamwork also creates a kind of values, that mutual respect to each other, work in consultation with each other, and add something if you are having any idea. So such kind of teamwork was recommended. And problem solving, that is active participation of every learner in a situation where there is challenges, and it will be in a form of a teamwork, and the problem solving strategies would be given by the learners, those who are actively participating in solving this kind of problem. So constructivist influence. Constructivists like Jerome Bruner and Jean Piaget influenced a problem-centered curriculum through the importance of active knowledge construction. Active knowledge construction. This further legitimized problem-based learning as a legitimate teaching method. Contemporary developments, that is in 21st century, the problem-centered curriculum continues to evolve, driven by technological advancement, globalization and the need for 21st century skills. Focus on real-world issues. Contemporary curricula address global challenges such as climate change, social justice and technological innovations, reflecting the ideals of problem-centered learning. So this kind of curricula was proposed that should bring a certain kind of change, social justice, and to reduce inequalities and technological innovations also. So this kind of development in 21st century also reflecting the ideals of problem-centered learning. STEM education, rather say STEM education, that is scientific, technological, engineering and a kind of medical maybe. STEM education, STEM, scientific, technological, engineering and mathematics education. The problem-centered approaches are central to STEM education, and where real-world problems require interdisciplinary knowledge and innovation. So it was proposed this kind of recommendation that all the branches of this disciplines, they all should be studied, and they should all, the learning approach should be in that way that the interdisciplinary knowledge and innovation should be encouraged. Integration of technology, tools of simulation, virtual reality and collaborative tools enhance problem-centered learning and allow students to approach critical problems in a lifelike environment. So technology integration, it also promotes collaborative tools, enhance problem-centered learning, and also empowered the students to think critically and reach at a particular solution related to in a life like in an environment that is in a form of problem that exists in the real life situation. Global adoption all over the globe from Finland to Singapore, IB programs are a form of problem centered curriculum that teaches critical thinking and global citizenship. This IB program was also a kind of international baccalaureate is a global education program that offers a variety of programs for students aged 3 to 19 and the IB program are recognized by many universities worldwide and provide an internationally accepted qualification for entry into higher education. So, IB programs are a form of problem centered curriculum that teaches critical thinking and global citizenship. So, so this is about your this problem centered education where the emphasis by giving that the student should be empowered and students should be given a kind of learning where the teamwork is maximum, students participation is maximum and they can work in a team and they can understand that how can we give a kind of mutual respect to each and everyone and how can we reach at a solution that is very essential to solve that particular problem. So, the problem centered curriculum was a kind of curriculum that comes in a latest advancement, and latest advancements means that when the lecture method was discarded and it was realized by the educationists and other philosophers that students should be develop such kind of talent that is essential to solve the particular problem, because only lecturing can't develop talent, can't strengthen the mental faculties, and the students are not able to solve the solution because in hearing process they are not involved, they are not involved, only they are listening the person who is delivering the lecture. So, it was realized that it is very essential that active participation of learner should be here. So, considering this kind of objective, considering this kind of situation, the main objective that was proposed by during different era that problem solving learning should be encouraged. Why? Because it familiarizes the students with the challenges that they face in the outer situation. They are able to collect the data from the outer situation, and as a team they work in close collaboration and they try to understand what is the reason of that particular phenomena. So, this kind of learning correlates this society to the school also, and most of the time this kind of learning also keeps the learner active because learner uh, understand that this is the problem that I have to solve. So, every time the active participation is here and he tries to think over the problem, and critical thinking was also the most important step of this problem centered curriculum. So, the problem solving learning that was originated from the since Socratic method, and since before, and this was in the 5th century BCE. So, Socratic method, that was oldest method, where the lecture was the most popular method of delivering the instruction. So considering these all and these all kind of problems, so it was proposed by all, that is one first by Socratic method, and by realism of John Amos Comenius, John Dalton, historical evaluation of problem centered curriculum, and also by Comenius, by the Rousseau, by the John Dewey. John Dewey is also popular, and he is also considered as a this Dalton method, or the kind of project method. So project method also involves this problem centered learning, because a problem is given to the student and student has to solve this problem. So this kind of learning that was proposed since Socratic method, that is in 5th century BCE. Then we come to the realism of John Comenius, then we come to the Rousseau in 18th century, and then we come to the John Dewey's pragmatism, where the project method was proposed by the school of pragmatism, and the pragmatist philosopher emphasized that this kind of learning is very essential for the active participation of the students. And then Experience and Education in 1938, Progressive Education Association also proposed this problem centered learning Kilpatrick project method, that is also the one of the most important kind of learning, where project method was proposed, and it was realized that the student should be actively participate in learning process. And word wars and social reconstructionism, these all proposed that the student should be familiarized with the real life situation. And McMaster University in 1960s also launched a kind of problem centered approach, and they shifted medical education to the problem centered approach, and they fostered the critical thinking in the learning process, expansion of PBL across disciplines, constructivist influence, and contemporary development, that was in 21st century. In the 21st century, we focus the real world issues. So the issues, that is climatic change, that is technological innovation, social justice, these all problems should be solved by the problem centered learning. STEM education, that says about the scientific, technological, engineering and mathematics, all integrating to each other. So this interdisciplinary knowledge and innovations were focused. Later on, integration of technology, global adoption, and these all are the new developments of the contemporary developments, rather say, and in 21st century. So these also emphasize the problem centered learning. So to conclude this lecture, I would like to say that after realizing that lecture method is not enough to give the right kind of education to the students, all the philosophers and educationists of different era realized that there should be a kind of a strategy that gives much more participation of the students in the form of critical thinking or a kind of team work. So active participation of students are very essential. So considering these all, since from Socratic method in the this 5th century BCE till to the contemporary developments, we found that all encouraged this problem based learning. So the reason was that the active participation of learner and promotion or the encouragement of critical thinking, working in a team and a collaborative kind of learning, and somewhere in an interdisciplinary approach. So these kind of specific characteristics should be here in the education system, so that the students can be empowered and students can be encouraged to solve the real life situation. So I do hope that you could be able to understand how the problem centered learning was originated. So thank you very much. Be happy and be healthy.